Welcome to Electronic Seed YouTube channel. Today in this video, we will learn about the types of DFT testing methods. Let's get started. Semiconductor testing is also commonly referred to as chip testing or IC testing. The process involves applying electrical signals to the device under test. We then analyze the responses to make sure the chip operates correctly. The main goal is to confirm that the chip meets its design specifications. Testing also helps detect any defects that might have occurred during manufacturing. This prevents compromised functionality when the chip is used in real applications. It's a fundamental part of quality control in the semiconductor industry. Thorough testing protects brand reputation by ensuring reliable products. Ultimately, we ensure that products work exactly as intended, and we guarantee reliability over the expected lifespan of the device. Testing methods are categorized based on when they are performed, specifically relative to the chip's final application deployment. We have two broad categories: offline testing and online testing. Each type has its own distinct timing and purpose. The choice between them depends on the requirements of your specific application. Offline testing is performed when the chip is not yet deployed in a real-time application. It's carried out during the manufacturing phase. The goal is to identify and screen out defective units before they reach customers. This prevents faulty chips from being shipped to customers. It detects manufacturing defects early in the production process. By catching defects early, we avoid the extra costs associated with defective units later on. Common examples of offline testing include wafer sort, and package-level testing is another typical example. Online testing happens while the chip is functioning in its target system. This type is used for safety-critical applications, such as automotive and medical electronics. It requires continuous monitoring of the chip's operation. It detects faults that may develop during normal operation. Common techniques include built-in self-test or BIST, and error-correcting codes, or ECC, are also used. There are several distinct categories of semiconductor tests. Each category targets specific classes of defects. Functional testing verifies that the chip performs its intended logic operations. Structural testing detects physical defects like shorts and opens. Burn-in testing is used to assess reliability under stress. And acceptance testing is performed by customers upon receiving the chips. Functional testing verifies that the chip correctly performs its logic operations. We apply input vectors that were used during design verification. Then we compare the chip's output to the expected results. This confirms that the design works correctly on the actual physical silicon. Structural testing focuses on detecting physical manufacturing defects. It detects shorts, opens, and bridging faults in the circuitry. This approach uses automatic test pattern generation, or ATPG. ATPG creates efficient test patterns for various fault models. Structural testing is often more cost-effective than functional testing. It achieves high fault coverage in an efficient manner. And it's not dependent on complex functional behavior, making it simpler. Burn-in testing is a reliability test for semiconductor chips. We operate the chips at elevated temperatures. We also use higher supply voltages during the test. This accelerates the failure mechanisms of weak devices. It helps identify infant mortality failures that occur early in life. We effectively weed out potentially unreliable units. We ensure that only robust chips are shipped to customers. This significantly improves the long-term reliability of the products. Acceptance testing is performed by the customer or system integrator. It occurs when they receive the chip shipment. It serves as a quality assurance step. They verify that the parts meet the agreed specifications. This provides final validation before integration into the system. The rule of 10 is a fundamental economic principle in semiconductor manufacturing. It illustrates how the cost of detecting defects escalates as we move through the production process. The cost increases by roughly an order of magnitude at each stage. This demonstrates the critical importance of testing as early as possible. For example, think of a data processing chip and the cost implications. At Stage 1, wafer-level testing, the cost is relatively low. Stage 2, packaged chip testing, increases the cost by about 10 times. Stage 3, board-level integration, costs 100 times more. And Stage 4, a system-level failure, can cost 1,000 times or more. This clearly emphasizes the need for rigorous testing at the earliest stage. This table shows the stages of testing from wafer level to system level, with relative costs increasing by factors of 10 at each stage. If we delay testing, packaging costs become sunk costs. Board rework requires desoldering and replacing components, which is expensive. Field failures involve costly service calls and system downtime. This principle validates the need for comprehensive testing upfront. 8 stands for automatic test equipment, specialized hardware used in semiconductor production testing. It's a sophisticated computer system with precision instrumentation. 8 generates high-speed digital and analog test signals. It also measures the responses coming from the device. It executes a test program specifically for the device under test, or DUT. And it interfaces with the DUT via a probe card or a test socket. A probe card is used for testing wafers. A test socket is used for packaged chips. Both provide the electrical connections to the device under test. They apply input signals and monitor the output responses. This interfacing is crucial for achieving high throughput. It also ensures repeatability in the manufacturing process. In conclusion, rigorous testing is the cornerstone of quality and reliability. Offline tests like wafer sort and burn-in are essential for catching defects early. Functional and structural tests performed on 8 play vital roles. Each testing methodology ensures that devices meet their specifications. These tests verify that devices can withstand real-world operation. The rule of 10 validates the need for comprehensive upfront testing. This prevents costly failures later in the product lifecycle. The importance of testing grows as chip complexity increases. Ultimately, testing enables the advancement of high-performance electronic systems.